Back at it again, and we have to talk about Nikki Haley. Because Nikki Haley recently came out with a statement to um, basically endorse Trump. And the media has absolutely lost their minds over it. But there's one thing about the situation that they are completely ignoring, and we'll get into that later on in the video. But like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And first, I will play Nikki Haley's comment, right? And then we'll get into leftist media in an absolute panic. All right? Now let's dive in.
You opened with some comments on the administration and the Democratic Party. You then talked a little bit about some of the shortcomings or worries you have about the Republican Party. And I couldn't help but think of two names when I heard you deliver that speech, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. So on these issues, these national security critical issues that you've described today, who do you think would do a better job in the White House, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
As a voter, I put my priorities on a president who's going to have the backs of our allies and hold our enemies to account, who would secure the border, no more excuses, a president who would support capitalism and freedom, a president who understands we need less debt, not more debt. Trump has not been perfect on these policies. I've made that clear many, many times. But Biden has been a catastrophe. So I will be voting for Trump. Having said that, I stand by what I said in my suspension speech. Trump would be smart to reach out to the millions of people who voted for me and continue to support me, and not assume that they're just going to be with him. And I genuinely hope he does that.
Well, I don't think he needs to. Would it be a little bit smart? Maybe. But I don't think he needs to, right? Anybody that has two brain cells to rub together knows that Joe Biden has absolutely destroyed this country. So I don't care how you feel about what Donald Trump tweets or retruths or truths, right? Or some of the things that he says. Everyone can see that Democrats have absolutely destroyed this country, and that Donald Trump, even if he isn't a perfect person, which nobody on this earth is, he would clearly be better than Joe Biden and Democrats. I mean, that's obviously clear. We've already seen it, which is one thing that I think people on the left tend to forget about. Trump was already president before. You know, they make it seem as if like this is the first time he's ever going to be president, and he's going to walk in there and he's going to be this dictator and he's going to destroy everything. Like, he was already president. But anyway, let's get into CNN first and what they had to say about Nikki Haley endorsing Donald Trump. Check it out.
I mean, it clearly seems, she wants a future, some sort of political future or some sort of future, on the lecture circuit in front of Republican audiences, and knows if she's going to do that, she has to, at this stage, continue to, bend a knee to Trump. I mean, it seems just purely a political calculus.
It is. And that's 100% true. If she wants a future in the GOP on this trajectory, I happen to believe the GOP will be fixed someday, but she will have to, the superpower of Donald Trump and frankly, kind of the MAGA cult is they welcome anybody back, right? Just like any good church that says, if you repent, you can come back. She will be welcomed back, even if there's some tweets against her for now. And that's the superpower of Donald Trump. And so, yeah, she knows that if she wants a position in the administration.
Notice how he tried to make that sound like a negative thing. Like, of course, we're going to welcome back people who say that they're going to vote for the guys that we like. Why would we push them away? Like, that just doesn't even make sense. Like, that just, what? Yeah, guys, I've changed my mind. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump this time. Get out of here. We don't want you. What? That makes zero sense. Nobody's saying that Nikki Haley has to be, vice president, or Nikki Haley has to be this or has to be that. We're just saying, hey, yeah, heck yeah. Welcome back, right? Welcome back. Go ahead and, support them. We appreciate it. Like, that part, like, I just don't understand. Pushing people away. And I've said this in previous videos. I don't care what people have said in the past. I don't care. I don't. See, I'm the type of person, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. You can call me a lunatic and a crazy right-wing extremist, blah, 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 all you want to. If you've changed your mind now, and now you say, oh, well, I've seen the light, I'm actually going to vote for Trump, I welcome you back. I'm not emotional like that. I don't, welcome. Like, we want the support, okay? Appreciate it.
Maybe if she wants to continue to be seen as a Republican in good standing. But as she said in the very clip you played, 4 more years of Donald Trump will destroy this country. So she is putting her career and her interests over the country. I know it sounds dramatic. I'm just so passionate about the fact that Donald Trump would be nothing but terrible for the United States of America.
Yeah, that was very dramatic, because you've just watched Democrats and Joe Biden absolutely destroy this country after 2 years, after 4 years of Trump running this country very, very well. So yes, very dramatic, in a lie, right? But let's continue on to MSNBC and their panic. Check it out.
Quickly, someone who served as ambassador to the United Nations, still pulling in pretty large numbers, a vote 2 months after quitting the race. Someone who ran against Donald Trump as too old and unfit to serve today said he has her vote. Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley in 2015 said, quote, Donald Trump is everything I taught my children not to do in kindergarten. I taught my little ones, you don't lie and make things up. She ended up serving in his administration.
Who are these people?
On January 6th, she called it an ugly day. She then went and said a couple months later that she wouldn't run against him for president. She ended up running for president. And then we saw Nikki Haley, while her husband was deployed to Africa with the U.S. Armed Services, mocked by Donald Trump for being away. And it was the words of Nikki Haley that were very explicit about Donald Trump. Said, in part, that they were disgusting, awful, unhinged, and said that somebody that makes comments like that doesn't deserve to be commander-in-chief. Her own husband got on social media and fired back and said the difference between humans and animals would never allow the dumbest ones to lead the pack. His allies pushed extramarital affair rumors about her. This is somebody who suggested that she may not even be eligible to run for president because her parents are immigrants. And today, her announcing that she's going to vote for Donald Trump is just, I think, another chapter in something that we've already lived out with the likes of Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio 8 years ago. She did raise her hand in that Republican debate and said that she would vote for a convicted felon if Donald Trump was found guilty. And today is evidence that she's sticking to her word.
We need shrinks and cult experts to explain this, because with what you're reporting, it doesn't make a lick of sense to me, and it's so recent. I mean, J.D. Vance in 2015 said something similar, but for her and her husband to both been feuding publicly with him just days and weeks before endorsing him is inexplicable to me at a human level.
I think it's power. And I think in American politics, access to power in a party that you identify with is a future. And I think that we have a great share of individuals that have proved this time and again that staying closely associated to Donald Trump is a guarantee that you are relevant within politics if you choose to remain in politics.
It's unbelievable.
Because that is because Donald Trump has created a different type of Republican Party, right? And I've said this previously, and we're already seeing, the transformation happen, right? The Mitch McConnells, the Kevin McCarthy's, the Mitt Romneys, the Liz Cheneys, all of those guys and gals are getting pushed out, and we're bringing in more folks like the Byron Donalds, the Matt Gaetz, right, of the world. So yes, of course, the Republican Party will be completely different. And Trump was in large part a catalyst to that. So, yeah, that makes sense. But regarding, them saying, oh, well, she said this in the past, she said that in the past, I'm going to address that here in just 1 second. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to, I'm going to save that last clip for something else. Y'all remember when Kamala Harris stood in front of a camera and she complained about Joe Biden coddling up with the K group members and talking about how he was against the desegregation of busing? Didn't she eventually still become his vice president? She talked about this man being a racist. A racist. And she still became his vice president when he called. So if you're going to criticize Nikki Haley, then criticize Kamala Harris. But you know what? They never will. Because she's a Democrat, which also once again proves that this is left-wing propaganda. That this is bogus, it's BS, and it's why their ratings are tanking. So continue on. They can continue on with this charades that this is the news and that they're fair and that they're honest, when in reality they aren't. Because if they were, I'd have nothing to say. I wouldn't say a single word. And I've said this in the past. If they criticize Joe Biden the same way that they criticize Trump, I wouldn't say a word whenever they criticize Trump. I wouldn't call them out on anything, right? If they went at Democrats the same way they go after Republicans, nothing I could say, right? Because if they were honest and if they were truthful, one, that wouldn't have been a discussion, or two, when they brought up that discussion, they would have brought up Kamala Harris doing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So clearly they are not honest media. And with that, I rest my case. But as always, man, it's good to watch left-wing media panic, right? It's great to watch left-wing media panic. And I'm sure Nikki Haley now saying that will bolster Trump's numbers even more, and it's going to be glorious to see the tears being shed from everybody on the left, like that meme where the chick is like down on her knees and it's announced that Donald Trump is the winner. No! Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be glorious. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.